Well, what's going on, Cardinal Nation? Well, a great win here tonight. Great way to open up the second half of the season with a nail-biting 5-4 win against the Arizona Diamondbacks. This is a back-and-forth game, particularly in the final few innings. Michael McGreevy had an outstanding outing, gave up just a run, pitching into the seventh. And yeah, so solid start by him. Uh, yeah, 5-4 against Arizona in the first of three and first of six on the road. And also, this starts a long stretch of games without an off day. Originally, we were scheduled to have an off day Thursday. However, that game will be a makeup game against the Diamondbacks at home. So that's kind of the unfortunate thing, having to play a makeup game on an original scheduled off day. So anyway, the Cardinals would get two early runs in the top of the first, as Ivan Herrera would be safe on an error, and then a single by Alec Burleson, and then Jordan Walker with a walk to load the bases. Uh, Lars Nootbaar at the plate would be called out on strikes. Originally actually ruled a ball, but the Diamondbacks would use their ABS challenge early, and it would be overturned to strike three. But then Mason Wynn would come through to score two runs and give us an early 2-0 lead. Arizona would then get a run in the bottom of the second. Sacrifice fly by Lourdes Gurriel Jr. to make it a 2-1 game. And then the bottom of the third, a solo home run by center fielder Tim Tawa to tie it up 2-2. And then in the top of the fifth, J.J. Weatherholt will put us up 3-2 with a solo home run. And yeah, McGreevy pitching into the seventh inning and trying to get through seven, but he would not. But still, a very nice outing for him. He's been outstanding for us, even though in his last few starts has not gotten a ton of run support, but got a few here. And then George Soriano would come in to replace McGreevy, and he would have a scoreless, get the final two outs of the seventh. Also, we would have to make a roster move, as unfortunately Jojo Romero, the Cardinals' left-handed reliever, placed in the IL with a back injury, I believe. And so he went on the IL, 15-day IL in fact, and we instead called up, and with the move, with Romero going on the IL, we called up a pitcher who, when his appearance comes, will be his first appearance as a Cardinal, and that is right-hander Scott Blewett, who has bounced around but with a number of teams in his career. I believe it was with like 3 teams last year. I think actually it was with like 5 total teams, but didn't make it to 2 of them. Yeah, Scott Blewett called up to replace Romero on the roster. Had a solid numbers in Memphis this season. And yeah, at the top of the 8th, the Cardinals get a key insurance run, a sac fly by Mason Wynn. However, the Diamondbacks would come back tied up 4-4 in the bottom of the 8th. A 2-run home run by Corbin Carroll, been one of the best outfielders in the sport. He was an all-star for a 3rd straight year, and so that would tie it up 4-4 heading into the 9th. And Jose Fermin would get a leadoff single, so the go-ahead run was on. And then Jimmy Crooks would walk on 4 pitches to 2 runners on for J.J. Weatherholt, and Weatherholt would single, but it was hit too hard, so Fermin would go to third, so the bases loaded, no one out for a great hitter. Ivan Herrera, and Herrera would hit a sac fly to left field to score Fermin and put us up 5-4, and we had a great chance to add on, But unfortunately, Alec Burleson would strike out and Jordan Walker would ground out. So up just a run with Riley O'Brien trying to close it out in the ninth. He would walk his former teammate from last year, the ex-Cardinal, Nolan Arenado. So the tying run was on, and which they were actually going with a pinch runner, and the pinch runner would be picked off of first base. So that turned out to be huge. And then Vargas would fly out to left for the second out, so we were an out away. But then a double by Tim Tawa would put the tying run on second, so that pickoff turned out to be huge. And O'Brien facing Ketel Marte, a very clutch hitter. And on a 3-2 count, he would go down on strikes. And yeah, no challenge. So that would give us the win 5-4. So the 25th save for Riley O'Brien and 3 RBIs for Mason Wynn. He's now up to 41 on the season. And 2 hits for J.J. Weather, continuing his outstanding rookie season, hitting his 14th home run of the season. And yeah, so even though we blew a 4-2 lead, we were able to respond with a run in the ninth. And yeah, so starting in the second game tomorrow afternoon, it'll be Dustin May getting the start, who actually last started in the finale of the first half Sunday against the Braves, but has not gone very deep his last few starts. He'll be going up against right-hander Brandon Pfaadt for Arizona. And Dustin did not face the Diamondbacks the first time we played them back at the end of June in St. Louis. So anyway, till Saturday, how much we're saying, go Cards.